Hello, my friends. We need to have a talk because we.
I wanted to stitch onto his video because it needs awareness. I'm going to also do a repost and all that, but I've actually got to meet him, as you meet people who are performers in the limited capacity you can, because there's one of them and, like 100,000 people that want to meet them. A little bit of an exaggeration, but still just like, there's a lot they have to go through. They're very busy, and for them to be able to take time out to meet people is great. Ren fairs are very personal in that respect because you're getting closer to the performers than you would anywhere else. And it's horrible this is happening. And it's funny because you can kind of tell when people go through this, or because they start getting weary, right? When you approach them. At the last Ren fair I went to, I can't remember if it was last year or not, but it was a neat show because I had met Jacques the Whipper before, just, again, very informal, just like, hey, great show, those kind of things. He did a picture with my partner. I'm not too much into pictures so much myself. I prefer the experience of meeting someone and saying, like, hello, or getting to hear them talk about what they do and stuff. That, to me, that's special. And at the Ren Fair we went to, it was great because not only did I meet Jacques the Whipper, but Seth Carney was there, and that was great because I actually saw him outside of the show. He was getting food, and I didn't want to overly bother him, and me being me, I just, I thought it'd be funny to just, approach him, and I did nothing wrong. It's nothing like that. But he was very weary at the beginning, and I get it, but then he was smiles. Now, I did get a picture with him on that one. I'll have to dig that up and put it up here someplace, but with Seth Carney anyway. And I said, you're famous. I know you're famous. And he kind of chuckled that and laughed, and it was just great. It's a great interaction. That's all, that's all I need. If I'm at like a Comic-Con or something, or a convention, it's great to talk to these people, hear them tell their stories. But what people are doing like this, that's going to ruin the experience for everyone. Because even if they continue doing the shows, the meet and greet aspect is going to go away. They're going to hide out. They're going to start hiding themselves away from fans because a few people just can't keep themselves behaved. And it really is ridiculous. This is why when it comes to famous people, and fame doesn't have to be Hollywood, it's any level of fame or notoriety. This is what ruins that experience and those interactions, is when people do horrible things. There have been a few TikTokers even. TikTok is a platform, you can be kind of famous but not, you know what I mean? But there was one TikToker, I forget who it is now, but they were just trying to get gas at a gas station where they live. Somebody recognized them and just harassed them at the gas station to a point that they just kind of stopped doing content, and that they kind of hid themselves away because they didn't want to deal with that anymore. Not everybody wants that or can deal with that. Even people who are kind of okay with it just don't want to deal with that. And it just ruins the experience. So that was my 2 cents on it. Please go watch his video to understand what's happening. Really is horrible that that's a thing that's taking place. Please don't ruin Ren fairs for everybody because you can't, help yourself. You can't, I worry about Ren fairs as a whole at this point. I'll try to wrap this up. Sorry, guys. But I worry about Ren fairs as a whole at this point because they have got a lot more attention thanks to TikTok. I'm here in Colorado, and we have ours in Larkspur. And it's really sad because the last one I went to, it was crowded with so many non-Ren Fair people, which I'm glad there's new people coming in, but it wasn't exactly the friendly type. These were people that were there on a weekend, had never been, and really do not understand the types of people there. And if you haven't gone to Ren Fair, understand it's a very accepting environment. Very accepting. There are many different people there. Many different people, and it is a safe place and should be a safe place. So please don't ruin these for people. Go someplace else if that's not something for you, and let it be the place that it's supposed to be for those that enjoy it and be wonderful and magical and as is. Anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. Again, please go watch his video to understand what's going on, and please, if you are able to advocate for people, not just the performers, but other people, things happen, do that. Be aware and do what you can to help. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching.